Welcome back to TransGuyReacts. My name is Nick, and I make videos about women's basketball, collegiate or professional. And today I'm talking about the WNBA games for Thursday, July 4th. Before I get into the games, I do want to talk about the transactions that happened today. So, firstly, Jakia Brown-Turner was signed to a 7-day contract with the Washington Mystics, which is so weird because she was waived 2 days ago, but they signed her back to a 7-day contract. I don't understand that, but politics, business, I don't know. And the other transaction that happened was Crystal Dangerfield was signed to a 7-day contract with the Los Angeles Sparks. Crystal Dangerfield was waived on June 26th from the Atlanta Dream. So I'm not surprised that she got picked up by someone. She's a great basketball player. Just wasn't a good fit with Atlanta, apparently. Now, talking about the games today, we had Connecticut Sun versus the Minnesota Lynx. This game was actually very, very fun. It was quite contentious the entire time, very tight, going back and forth. But the Connecticut Sun were able to pull it out against the Lynx, 78-73. And based on the box scores, you can see it was just really tight. Both teams were playing exceptionally well, but it just wasn't enough for the Lynx. Bridget Carlton had 12 points, 1 steal. Nafisa Collier had a kind of a quiet night. She only had 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals, and 2 blocks. But she actually went out early in the game. She had a non-contact injury, and something was wrong with her left ankle or foot or something like that. So she had to go out of the game. So hopefully she's okay. Alana Smith had a pretty good night. 14 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal. She was having some foul trouble, though. She had 5 fouls. Kayla McBride had 13 points, 8 rebounds. Courtney Williams had 12 points, 6 assists. So, pretty good outing for everybody. Just wasn't enough. Connecticut Sun, DeWanna Bonner stepped up. She had 24 points, 9 rebounds, 1 steal. Alyssa Thomas had a triple-double, which is so crazy that she's able to do this all the time. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists. 2 steals. Triple-double. Alyssa Thomas, walking triple-double. Amazing. Dejanay Carrington had 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals, 1 block. Crazy. Veronica Burton, who they just signed not too long ago, she had 9 points, 4 steals. So just a really good outing for Connecticut, and they played really well and upset the Lynx on their home court. Also for the Minnesota Lynx, Olivia Pupa, she also had an injury as well. She had a thigh injury, so she also went out early, so that's something to note. Now, the second game, mind you, both of these games, one was on 6, one was at 8 o'clock, were both on Amazon Prime, so both of them were back-to-back games. So that second game was Washington Mystics versus Las Vegas Aces, and everyone pretty much knew that the Aces were going to win this game, and they did decidedly. It was 77-98, and it was actually at one point a 30-point game. It was kind of crazy how dominant they were. It was so dominant that Becky put in her entire bench in the fourth quarter, and then they played really badly actually because it was the bench. They're not as seasoned as the starters, and this is good experience for them to kind of figure things out. But they were making a lot of mistakes. They were turning over the ball a lot. It wasn't pretty, but they were able to keep the lead decent. I mean, they still kept a 20-point lead, so they played perfectly fine. Washington Mystics. One thing to note about this game, though, was the refereeing was terrible, as per usual. Lots of fouls on Vegas that I didn't feel were justified. Just lots of bad calls. It's just not consistent, but it is what it is. Vegas won. The box score for this game, Ariel Atkins had 18 points, 2 steals. Emily Inksler had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 2 steals. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough had 19 points. So she was doing her best to contribute, but everyone else, you had contributors like Jade Melbourne had 8 points, 6 rebounds. Maisha Allen and Aaliyah Edwards both had 6 points. So there was contributions, but it just was not enough. For the Las Vegas Aces, Jackie Young had 20 points, 10 assists for a double-double, 1 steal. She was in a little bit of foul trouble, but only with four fouls, but she was able to be fine. Asia Wilson had 18 points, 9 rebounds. She almost had a double-double. She had 3 steals and 3 blocks, which is crazy. It's kind of funny that she had, you'd call it an off night because she had 18 points and she usually has 28 points, but she didn't play the fourth quarter, so she didn't get all her points. Kelsey Plum had a great night. She had 28 points. Wild night. Chelsea Gray had 8 points, 5 assists. So pretty good night for everybody. Everyone got on the floor, and Megan Gustafson scored really well. She was like hitting a whole bunch of threes, so she had like 9 points. So she did pretty well. And Kirsten Bell was on the floor. She was injured for a little bit, but she was on the floor. She hit a few shots. She had 5 points. So it was a really great outing for everybody. Great for the bench to get some time. I love to see Sydney Colson on the floor. So yeah, it was really great. It was a good time. Yeah, there's nothing else to say. It was a pretty chill day. Only 2 games, and they weren't on at the same time, which mind blown. But yeah, if you like this kind of coverage, please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one, which will probably be tomorrow. I'll be seeing you.